Hey there, real quick, before we begin, you're about to watch a live stream, which means you're really kind of behind the scenes here because these lessons are usually watched in the archives, but you're here for the live taping of them. So if we mess up really bad, we're probably going to chop that out, but you're going to get to see all of our bloopers and mistakes. We'll also chop this off, so no one is going to see this part of the lesson but you. And because you're behind the scenes, you're probably going to ignore my instructions when I say, like, pause the video and go practice or whatever. You can if you want. It's just that everyone in the chat room then will be in different places in the video. That's fine. When you want to join us live again, go down to the bottom of the video, click on the live button, and that should take you straight to where we actually are now. So now here comes the part for everybody else. I'm really glad you're with us. The archives are fine, but my favorite is talking to you live. So see you in the chat room. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock here, the lesson is about to begin. If this is your first time playing piano, welcome. I'm very excited for you. You're going to do great. Hopefully you already received from us the welcome packet in the mail, and maybe you even got started on the Absolute Beginners video pack to teach you the names of the notes and things like that. But if not, that's fine. You'll do great. I'll show you how to play all the notes. And if I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. You can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. And even if you only learn a little bit of this song and you don't learn the whole thing, you'll still learn enough to help you build skills so you can learn other songs faster in the future. So jump in, give it a try. You're bound to end up at least a little bit better than you even are right now. Throughout the lesson, I may refer to Clopple Academy, and you can check out that link on the website if you want. Basically, it's a program that takes you all the way from learning the names of the notes, the very beginning, through 12 levels of classical and jazz music, through all the skills that you would need to become a professional pianist. So you would learn all the same stuff that you would learn if you're taking regular traditional piano lessons, probably plus a little bit more, but it takes about 5 to 10 years to complete. So you can just try out the first level, see if it's the kind of thing that you like, or if you just care about today's lesson and learning this song, then just ignore all those references and focus on today's lesson. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The MP3 is a play-along track that you can use to practice more after the lesson, but a lot of students like to print out the PDF right now so they have it during the lesson. Careful, it could be up to like 30 pages, so just find the couple pages that you want and print those out. If you decide not to, that's fine. I'll show you all of the notes on screen as we go through it. And we will be going through 5 different levels of this song that all use the same play-along track. So each play-along track, you just keep playing your same version. If you're watching this lesson in the archives and you have a question during the lesson, then feel free to click on that survey button. And at the end of the survey, there's a place for you to ask your question, and I will do my best to get back to you with the answer to that question. But if you're with us live as we're recording this today, then feel free to click on that chat button, and you can talk with all the other students who are logged in during the live lesson. And if you have a question about the lesson, then you can just go ahead and type that into the box that says, Ask Jamin a Question, and we will do our best to answer that question live in the lesson. All right, I think that's the end of the boring stuff. I'm ready to learn a song. Stay tuned at the end of the lesson and I'll show you how to win more points and earn more prizes next week. But for right now, let's get this party started. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and this is the incomparable Kendra.
Guess what? I know I've been sharing about music stuff like every week, but you know, as I've graduated high school, not a whole lot of other stuff has happened. But I have 2 songs coming out in like the next 2 weeks, which is crazy because it's been like months since I've released anything, like, you know, new like produced stuff. So.
You're so professional. You're so old. You're so.
I'm an old lady.
Ridiculous. Okay.
So
well,
yes, that
folks,
is my exciting news.
This is what happens when you play music a lot as a kid, I guess. You become old and professional. And you have new songs coming out all the time.
Oh my goodness.
It's fun though.
Okay, it is fun. And also fun is this week's song. Actually, I'm really excited about this one. It's pretty short, so I'm pretty sure you can do it even if you've never played any songs before. The only problem is it's pretty fast. So let me show you what this is going to sound like eventually when we play it with the track. When you learn how to play this at the full speed, it'll sound something like this. 2 and a 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what we're going for eventually. If that was intimidating, then forget that you saw that. If that was interesting, cool, join me. Let's find out how to play these notes. So the very first note that we need is a C. And so if you find any group of 2 black notes, like those ones, or those ones, or those ones, any group of 2 black notes, just don't pick a group with 3, you'll be fine. Group of 2 black notes, take the one that's on the left, the lower one, and then drag it even farther down, and you'll land on a C every single time. So that's a C. If you take that group of 2 black notes, that one right there, that's a C as well. That group of 2 black notes, that one's a C, works on every group of 2 black notes. So that's the first one that you're gonna need, and we're gonna play that one and say out loud, because we always say out loud the words, in. And then spec is gonna be kind of a weird note, because the note right after C would be a D, because that's how the alphabet works, A, B, C, D, right? So this one right here should be a D, but this one's got a hashtag on it, and the hashtag in music means sharp, and sharp in music means slightly higher, slightly to the right. So this hashtag right here is saying this note right here is not supposed to be a D. It's the note slightly to the right of D, just barely, slightly, not even all the way up to an E yet, just right there. That one right there is a D sharp. So that's a D sharp. So we're gonna start off on a C, and then we're gonna jump straight to a D sharp, and we're gonna say spec. Cool. So we've got in, spec. All right, so those are the first 2 notes. That might take some practicing right there. And then the next one is gonna be a B. So a B is gonna be even lower than a C, because that's how the alphabet works. A, B, C. So if this one was a C, then this one right here should be a B, and that's the 3rd note, and we're gonna say tour. So our first 3 notes are gonna be in, spec, door. Now, the good news about this song is we've got that counted 1, 2, 3, 4, but we don't have to start right at the beginning, because first we're gonna hear boom, ba-doom, ba-doom, and then we play in, spec, door. Yeah, okay, so let's try that with the track. I'm gonna count it off like I normally do, but then also you're gonna hear, and then we play inspector. It's pretty fast, so you might not get all the notes, but if you get the first one, that would be great, and then you've got all week to practice this. So let's try it all together. Here we go. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3. Here we go. And inspector. Okay. Yeah, like I said, it's really fast. But after that, we're gonna play. We get that B, we're gonna play a D. So you might want to just practice these 4 notes together until you can play them nice and fast. This is a regular D, which is what this sign right here means. That's a natural sign. It's saying, I know we played a D sharp before, but now we're just gonna play a regular plain old D, no tricks this time. So we're gonna play that note right there. So it's gonna be in, spe, door, gage. And then, if you want to, you could throw in this note right here, because it's a note that we've already played before, that C. So we're gonna start that thing on a C, and we're gonna end that phrase on a C. Inspector Gadget. That would be something to practice right there. The good news is that those 5 notes that you used right there are also the last 5 notes of the song. So once you get Inspector Gadget, then you've got the end of it, Inspector Gadget, and all you need is these 2 notes right here. It's a C and a B, and you're probably thinking, I've seen a C and a B. It's right there and right there. Sorry, you're wrong. These are actually gonna be the C and the B that are way, way higher, and the way you would know that is it says you're supposed to play a C. So you're playing a C right there, and then it says you're supposed to go way up to find a C. So now we have to go way up to find a C. We gotta play this C and this B. And then you can see from there, we're gonna come all the way back down and play that back to this regular lower C. So that's that C, that's jet. And then we're gonna play ooh, who, and then come back down to the C. So we've got the really high C, B in the middle, but the rest of it is just the notes that we've already learned. So if you are in the archives, you might wanna pause the video right now, practice your Inspector Gadget, And then if you just need to play that twice with this little thing in between, or you can skip the thing in between if it's too difficult for you right now. But if you're live with us, then just play your version. Don't worry about the notes that you miss. Just get the ones that you can. Let's go. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3. Don't play yet. Inspector Gadget. All the way up to here. Inspector Gadget. That's it. That's the whole thing. So, like I said, there aren't a whole lot of notes. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 notes that you're gonna play again at the end, and this thing right here that you gotta jump over to. But that's pretty much all the notes for level 1, which means it's time for you to watch a guy named Edison. This is one of our students playing the bonus version of this song, which is like on page 20 or something like that. So he's playing all of the notes for the song, still working on it, but it looks like it's really coming along. Here's Edison. Edison, you're amazing. That must have taken hours and hours and hours. That's incredible. Way to go. Kendra, tell us what our weekly activity is.
This week is the treble clef spelling, and if you write the names of the notes, they all spell words. Find the words and tag Learn Piano Live when you post a picture on Facebook or Instagram for an extra 150 bonus points from our mascot penguin Clopple.
And once you can do that pretty well, you're pretty much reading music, which brings us to our feature of the day, which today is a game called Which Rhythm Is It? So here's the deal. Here are the notes for our level 2 version of this song. If that looks intimidating, don't worry about it. I'll show it all to you later. But for right now, you're going to compete against Kendra because I'm going to not play the notes. I'm just going to clap the rhythms of one of these 2 lines. So one of these 2 lines is the thing that I'm about to clap. The thing that you're going to do is you're going to try to look at these notes. You have never seen these notes before. You're going to try to look at these notes and just tell, by looking at it, which rhythm is it that I'm clapping. Let me give you a couple hints so you know. Over here, we've got these double bars. 2 bars on notes means that they're really fast. So if I'm clapping really fast at the beginning, it might be that line. However, on this one over here, there's also 2 bars on these notes at the beginning too. So probably on both of these, I would be clapping really fast at the beginning. On this one right here, there's only 1 bar. So those are going to be a little bit slower. The thing that comes after the note, the really fast notes on this second line, is 1 bar also. So there's a couple notes that are a little bit slower. Now over here, we've got 1 bar on these notes. So those are going to be about the same speed. Down here, we've got 1 bar on these notes, but then we've got no bars on this one. So that means the last note on that one would be pretty long. So what you got to do is listen to the claps that I'm about to do. I'm not going to play any notes on the piano. I'm just going to clap it. And you got to kind of decide, did I play 4 really fast notes in a row and then 6 kind of fast notes? Or did it sound like I played 4 really fast notes in a row and then 4 kind of fast notes in a row and then 1 really slow note at the end? So here we go. I'm going to clap one of these 2. You've never seen this sheet music before, and you might not even know how to read sheet music, but just by looking at those notes and what types of notes they are, tell me which of these lines is this right here. And Kendra's going to try to take a guess in just a second. So here we go. Which one was it? Was that the first line or was that the second line? Here we go. Let's try it again. And first line or second line? Kendra, what do you think?
I think it was the first line.
Why do you think it was the first line?
Well, I was waiting for you to stop clapping at the end for that quarter note. And there was, I think, an extra one. So I'll go with the first line.
Nice. It was actually the first line. Way to go. Cool. Hopefully you got that at home too. If you didn't, let me also show you another trick that don't tell anybody about this trick because this is the one that a lot of people in Clap Academy use when they're trying to do the same thing because they have to pass their tests and stuff. If you just count the number of notes, sometimes that helps too. So over here, we've got 4 plus 6 notes. We have a total of 10 notes on that one. But down here, we only had 9 notes. So if you hear 10 claps, it was the first one. If you heard 9 claps, it was the second one. It's kind of a way to cheat, but it's kind of a secret. And actually, we got a little bit more secret information for you too right now.
Secret information.
And today, our secret information folder tells us about this song, The Secret. Oh yeah, there's a thing called sequencing in this song. Let me show you where the sequencing is. You've already played it. You probably just didn't know that it was called sequencing because that's not something most people need to know. It's kind of a musical secret. But this thing right here, where we play these notes and then we play these notes, that's a sequence of the same thing. So these notes right here, we play from a D sharp to a B, then we come down to a D. That's where we're like playing the same thing. But if we were to sequence this, we would just keep moving that pattern down and down and down and down. And that's called sequencing. It shows up in a whole lot of our songs. Actually, this sequence doesn't go all the way through. If this one was going to continue on down to the B flat, that'd be an even better, bigger sequence. But that's called sequencing, where you just take one little idea and then you repeat it, but you move it around on the piano. The other thing that's secret information from this week's song. Oh, the accidentals continue throughout the measure. No one knows what that means, but shh, I'm going to tell you what that means here in just a second. We got to go down to level 2 again. So accidentals is the name of the sharps and the flats and the naturals that we see in our music. So this right here, that sharp, that's called an accidental. And what a lot of people don't know is that sharp is going to continue on through that entire measure. So if you see a sharp on a D, that means all the rest of the Ds that you see after that would automatically be sharp until we get to the end of the measure. When we see this line over here, that black line that goes up and down, that's called a bar line. It's the end of the measure. So anytime you see an accidental, that accidental is going to carry all the way through till the end of the measure. When you get a new measure, then it's going to all reset. So now if you see a D after that measure, it's just going to be a regular D. It's not going to be a D sharp. But any accidental is going to continue on through the end of the measure. Now you know what that sentence means. And now it's time for me to tell you the last secret, which is who won this week's raffle. Maybe it's you. Way to go, Chord Jam. Let us know what prize it is that you want for this week. Everybody else, let's level up.
Transitioning to level 2. This may be confusing to level 1 students, so please continue to practice the level 1 version or visit learnpianolive.com/level 2 for a detailed explanation on how to level up.
So sadly, the lesson preview has come to an end, and it's time to say goodbye to everyone watching the free streams. Of course, paying subscribers at learnpianolive.com can continue watching this lesson and several hundred others like it in the archives. So come on over and check us out. And if you like what you saw, at least like and subscribe, and then tell your friends to head on over to learnpianolive.com to start enjoying this journey with us.